What it do, what it do, what it do. What's going on, world? What's going on, family? What's going on out there today, tonight? Oh, man, boy. Woo. I don't know what it is about this thing God want me to talk about tonight. But it been on hold up all week. Been trying to get this thing out. And it just been all kind of interferences been happening, been showing up, all kind of activity. Trying to shut my mouth. I hear about myself. Yeah. Trying to shut my mouth. Don't want me to let this thing right here out. But here we go. Oh, man. There's an evil under the sun. Yeah. There's an evil that I've seen under the sun. Had a situation here the other day, and it is brought back to my remembrance of my lifetime and my professional work life and just everyday life and just my conversations and comings and goals with people in history. I had a situation here at the job where white girl. Now don't get it twisted now. This ain't about black and white. This about right. Wickedness, ain't no color when it comes to wickedness. Ain't no color when it comes to love and goodness either. So this ain't about that. It's about right, truth, and enlightenment. Yeah. Had a situation happen here the other day. And I just noticed that there's a pattern that comes with this little minute, minuscule situation that happened here, but it's bigger than that. I just started to notice something that made me dig a little deeper. And what happened was, there was a sister, an African sister from Nigeria working with us. And she kind of been getting picked on a little bit by the white girls. And something happened where one of the white girls ended up in tears. In the office in tears. Always in tears. And I just noticed that when the following Monday came around, the Nigerian girl wasn't with us no more. The black girl wasn't with us no more. She gone. And I said to myself, it's amazing how when a white girl sheds tears, there's always a call to action. There's always a solution. There's always a steadfastness, a diligence. Somebody gets fired on the workplace. Or when you go out here in these streets and something happens, and the police, they be on it. They go hard trying to find out who caused that white girl them tears. It's always a call to action. There's always an uproar when it comes to that white girl's tears. Oh, yeah, Baba. This ain't got nothing to do with black and white. It's about to do with right. It just happens to be in this country of people of a certain color, of a certain background, a certain history, always seems to be a double standard. They get the short end of the stick when it comes to this thing called survival and living in America. Seems like there's a double standard in this country when it comes to black, when it comes to white, when it comes to men, when it comes to women. But right now, we're talking about that black girl and that white girl. There's always a double standard. I'm just here to ask you, what about the black girls? Tears. How come there ain't never no call to action when she shed why her tears gotta always fall to the ground? Why can't there be a call to action? Why can't there be an assertiveness? Why can't there be a sounding of the alarm when it comes to that black girl's tears? Oh yeah, Mama. 'Cause she got some tears too. She been crying for a long time, but she gotta suck her tears up. Her tears fall to the ground. She gotta dug it out. She just gotta take it. Nobody comes to her rescue. Nobody goes hard against the grain when she shed her tears. Started to dig a little bit deeper and just said to myself, and it began to break my heart as I began to do my research, because I've seen through history that a lot of niggas, look at that word again, niggas, y'all don't like that word, but that's that key to accountability. Y'all used it first. And you talk about the accountability and the justice and compensation is tied to that word, nigga. Yeah. You said it first, now the whole world saying it. We can't even stop saying it. Y'all still say it too. You just say it behind closed doors now. Yeah, there's an accountability, there's a pathology that comes with that. There's a history, there's a way of life, PTSD, that comes with that word. It's accountability. But nevertheless, there's a history of niggas being hung from trees, being Emmett Till got beat up, got shot in the head and thrown in a river, 13 years old, for causing a white girl tears. But when you look at the history of the black girl in this country, she's the #1 victim of violence and victimization in America. What about her tears? What about her tears? How come nobody comes to rescue her? How come nobody comes to catch her tears? What about that black girl's tears? #1 victim of being raped in this country? #1 victim of domestic violence? Come on. #1 victim of sex trafficking in this country? Come on. Her sons are 6 times the higher rate of victim of homicide in this country. There's a cry out in Rama. There's a cry out in Rama. The mama's been crying for years. What about that black girl's tears? Her tears count too. Every time that white girl cry, everybody get alarmed, everybody get offended. I watched that whole situation with Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese go down. It was amazing to me how many brothers threw on that cape and was defending her. I'm like, what about her? Your sister, the one that look like you, your daughter, your mama, what about her tears? Look at it, said that 48% of the women in prison right now are black women. But this was the one that broke my heart right here, though. It said that 86% of them had some type of sexual violence or encounters that affected them. 48, half of the prison is black women that was sexually violated. 86% of them was sexually violated. Trauma. But they locked up and added more money to the judicial system. Come on, what about the black girls' tears? Oh, yeah, my son. We went from, I don't ever remember any girl, whatever her color is, that never ever seen herself getting married in that white dress, going down the aisle with her father, to be married. That's their fantasy, that's their dream. But I look at our statistics. We went from 68% marriage rate in 1950 to 29% in 2025. I just don't believe that these women don't want to be just out here not married. but they still pushing out baby after baby after baby, but ain't nobody got no. What about that black girl's tears? Where's her protection? Where's her love at? Who's protecting her? Who's going to fight for her? Who's going to war for her? Who's standing in the gap for her? Who's praying for her? Who's shielding her? Who's ready to die for her? What about that black girl, dear, the number one victim of violence in this country? The number one victim that go missing in the, she hold the number one spot in all the evils that go on in this land. The number one victim in the land is that black woman. What about that black girl's tears? Yeah. And this ain't got nothing to do with you being a woman. I said black girl, because that's how God sees you. He sees you as a girl, as one of his little ones. He said, what about that black girl's tears? 75% single parent household, mainly women. Me and my kid's mother split. This is when my mindset shifted and came from just being an imbecile or being just a misogynist, just only walking in that man thing, was when I became a single parent all by myself. I had a little help with them, but them first 2 years, they mama kind of took some time off, and I had to learn how to be a single parent. Them first 2 years, and I found myself being the hard man that I am, coming from a hard man who came from a hard man. I'm hard, but I found myself in my bedroom a few times in tears, trying to figure out how I'm gonna manage these babies, trying to figure out how I'm gonna manage my life, how I'm gonna manage my heart, how I'm gonna manage my demons, how I'm gonna manage my insanity, how I'm gonna manage my day-to-day with these two babies. Some of these women got 5, 6, 7. I met a woman that had 10 babies. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna do this. I'm frustrated because I'm trying to talk to these kids. I'm trying to pour something in them. I'm trying to mold them, trying to love on them, but then I gotta go to work. I gotta deal with these men here that's trying to get in my drawers on a regular basis, or trying to climb the ladder of success, but it always seems to be a ceiling because they always choose her over me. Yeah, them 2 years brought some frustration, so I said to myself, I know of me being the hard man that I am, that I'm in tears in some moments of frustration of trying to be a father, a single parent. I can only imagine with the emotions that run through a woman, that run through her heart, that run through her soul, that run through her body, how she must cry a lot behind closed doors. Oh, yeah. She cried. Oh, if I'm a hard man and I came to tears trying to figure this thing out, I can only imagine what she go through doing it all by herself. Yeah, baby daddy, that's where you come in at, baby daddy. You gotta alleviate some of this stress. You gotta alleviate some of this frustration. You gotta do something. You gotta get in that gap, man. You gotta line up and be a father. Baby daddy and baby mama, it's time out for that. It's time out for it. It's time to be fathers. Time to be mothers. These women need protection. They the number one victim in the country, and we being their counterpart. How does that make you feel? How does that make you feel, man? When you hear that your woman, that black woman, the more beautiful girl in the world. When you find out that that black woman, my queen, your sister, your mama, your auntie, your grandmama, your daughter is the #1 victim in the country, that don't make you feel some type of way, make you want to do something right, make the king in you rise up, the protector in you rise up, don't make you feel shamed, don't make you feel bad. When you look at a lot of them numbers are contributed by the men. The black men. Come on, we gotta stand up. What about that black girl's tears? What about her tears? Where's the call to action? Where's the sounding of the alarm? Where's the sounding of the trumpet? Where's the due diligence when it comes to her tears hitting that ground from the violence that's upon her day to day? Where is it at? It said that when that one girl reports being raped, they said that 15 of them won't say nothing out of fear and shame. Baby, you ain't got nothing to be shamed about. It wasn't not your fault, baby. You ain't got nothing to be ashamed about. Nothing to fear. It wasn't your fault, baby. It wasn't your fault. It was that man, that devil, that imbecile, that evil doer. Baby, don't let that thing stick to you, baby. You gotta let it go, baby. Rise, don't let it cling on to you, baby, because it's gonna have you doing some things in life. It's gonna have you going down some paths of life, or have you in some dark places, baby. If you let that thing just marinate and just reside in your heart, you gotta shake that thing off. Forgive that low down, dirty bastard of a devil. And live. Live your life. What about that black girl's tears? How come ain't no violence being on her behalf? How come ain't nobody sounding the alarm on her behalf? We want to talk about everything in this country. We want to talk about what the ball players doing. We want to talk about what the celebrities is doing, who they with, who they ain't with, how they doing it, when our black women are in the shadow, in the cut, suffering. Read an article and said they're forgotten. They said that she forgotten. Not on my watch, she ain't. Not on mine. No, she ain't never gonna be forgotten. It's amazing to me. I got locked up 2023 for a week. They left me in jail for a week. And while I was in there, I hadn't been to jail in a long, long time. I ain't even gonna tell you. I'm just gonna let some of y'all that be watching and be hating, I'm gonna let you just marinate on while I was in there. A long story short, it wasn't nothing bad. I was in there for a whole week because this county left me in this county that picked me up. But while I was in there, I couldn't help but observe that everybody that was in there, us, was mainly with just us anyway, but everybody was on the phone with their mama. They was on the phone with their daughters, girlfriends, wives, fiancés, aunties, the women's in their life. They wasn't on no phone with no niggas. Look at that word, y'all. Look at that word of accountability. Yeah, that word that they use, I'm gonna keep on using it till it click. That's that word that's gonna have them accountability for some justice, for the pathology, and just the way that we use that word today. All over the world, Mexicans use it, Hispanics use it, white people use it. So, NLE Chopper was in France somewhere, and the dude walked up on me and said, "What's that, my nigga?" That's how powerful that word is. That's how powerful the pathology is passed down through the lineage. Black people have been suffering from PTSD, ain't never been healed from it. We just been surviving. That's why I still use that word. And we're going to keep on using it till it open that door of accountability. But nevertheless, what about black girls' tears? Tears. What about her tears? What about her tears? What about a call to action for her? What about catching them tears before they hit the ground? Coming to her rescue, throwing our cape on, saving her. How that make you feel, man? To know those numbers, those statistics, and that's your woman. It's your counterpart. It's your bloodline. It's your people. That's your nation. How that make you feel, man? What about a black girl's tears? Come on, we gotta do better. Don't get caught, don't get lulled to sleep, don't get caught up in the smoke, don't get caught up in this lie. Don't get caught up in just coming and going and forgetfulness and just day-to-day op. No, there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes that don't nobody want to talk about. They want to sweep it underneath that rug. Like I was saying about that uncle. And Uncle Sam, he really wanted to sweep it under the rug because he know, Uncle Sam know, that when we really talk about what needs to be talked about, there has to be some accountability. There has to be some type of compensation. Again, y'all come to the rescue when that white girl cried. Nothing against her. A lot of jokers done been murdered, killed, locked up behind the tears, fired behind the tears of a white girl. But nobody comes to the rescue of that black girl. What about that black girl?